us.
Thank the Assistant Minister, and I call the member for Franklin.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. 2020, as we've heard, has been a very tough year for so many in Australia, and particularly in my home state of Tasmania, particularly for those working Tasmanians and those that have been on the front line during this pandemic. To the supermarket workers, the cleaners, the truck drivers, the nurses, the aged care workers, I want to say a huge big thank you for all of the work that you have done in what has been an incredibly difficult year. I've said in this place that Tasmania has now the highest unemployment in Australia. We also have the lowest participation rate. We also have the lowest percentage of the population in the workforce. Tasmanians also have the lowest wages. Both the average and the median wage in Tasmania is lower than anywhere else in the country. Tasmanians have been doing it incredibly tough. And then what we saw from this government was an unscheduled Christmas present, cuts to wages for some of the lowest paid. I will not stand by and allow this government to cut unilaterally the wages of some of the hardest working and the lowest paid workers in my community. It is simply not on, Deputy Speaker. I cannot believe the denials we had from some on the government side yesterday in question time that that is absolutely not what they're doing, and then to pick up the newspaper this morning and to say, oh, we might undo it. Well, yesterday you weren't doing it and today you're going to undo it. I mean, what actually are you doing to workers who have had an incredibly tough year? It's not fair. They've had enough, Deputy Speaker. They've worked so hard for so many in our community all this year, and it is not okay to play these games with their wages. They've had an incredibly tough time. So many Tasmanians unemployed. Indeed, the shocking number for Tasmanians, I mean, we've got 500,000 people. 50,000 Tasmanians are either looking for work or looking for more hours. 50,000. It's an incredible number of people doing it incredibly tough. When I get out and about in my electorate and talk to people about what sort of year it's been, the calls and the contacts to my office, there are so many people crying out for assistance. We know that the changes to Jobkeeper have had a huge impact on Tasmania's unemployment rate already. We know that the changes to Jobseeker are going to have a further impact on the Tasmanian economy. Talking to local business owners, cafe and restaurant owners, they are already seeing less money moving about in the Tasmanian economy because of these changes. At a time when unemployment is going up, at a time when people's wages are already low, this is not the right thing to do. It absolutely is not the right thing to do to have less money circulating in the economy. My home state of Tasmania will not be able to survive with these types of cuts that the government is proposing to Jobseeker, Jobkeeper and now to the wages of very hard-working Tasmanians. The government needs to rethink its strategy. I'm glad they are, but to say yesterday that they weren't even doing this, frankly, Deputy Speaker, Tasmanians find insulting.